A little bit. Let's see. We're sending data. Streaming to Twitch. Streaming to X. YouTube always takes a second.
Why'd you say it like that? Good God. Don't take it. Second.
All right. We're streaming on all three.
That's cool. You sound like that guy, the guy from Fast and the Furious 3, Tokyo Drift. Which drift?
Oh, yeah. Which you talking about Tokyo Drift?
That's what I just said. I literally said Tokyo Drift.
Is like there's so many of them. It's ridiculous.
You know what I hate about that show? It started out cool. Like, he was an undercover cop, and he did you just push me to the side?
Yeah, I sure did.
No, you remember he was the undercover cop, and Dom Toretto was like the outlaw and stuff like that. And then by the end, they're all like fucking federal agents and shit, and they're all like, they're like working for the police. Then The Rock and John Cena come in and help them.
Yeah, sure.
Like, no, I'm saying it stopped being fast.
There's so many, dude. I cannot comprehend how many Fast and Furious.
What I'm saying is it stopped being like it was about like street racing. Even the second one was kind of, street racing stuff. Yeah. But like the third one was Tokyo Drift, and it was about drifting. It was a different type of street racing, which was cool. But then it started getting to where like they all like ganged up to save the world. So next thing you know, they're flying on the moon and shit.
Oh yeah, dude! It gets
they're like the stunts got unbelievable. Like they're like shooting through like 100-story buildings and
stuff. I mean, like it's ridiculous.
I don't know, man. I don't know. It's like then they started bringing in like every WWF character: The Rock, John Cena. I'm sure Dave Bautista was in there somewhere.
Whoever's thanks Jessica Williams 79 for following us on Twitch.
Appreciate that.
We're doing just a pre-podcast. We haven't started the show yet. We're just kind of talking shit before we actually start it. But yeah, dude. Hey, Throne of Liberty, dude.
Like it?
It's pretty good. I'm enjoying it. Like it's legit. It's a fun MMO.
So it's free to play.
Yeah, today it's free to play. It got released officially today. I did early access, so I got 5 days early, but you paid for that, but the game is actually free. And it started today. Cool. Yeah, it's on PS5, Xbox, and PC.
Got a question for you. Here's a question.
What?
What's your favorite 80s? What's your favorite 80s fighting movie?
80s fighting movie?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, by default,
I'd
have to go Bloodsport.
Yeah, you would be right.
But but at the same time, Rockies and stuff like that, dude. I mean, all the Rockies were great.
Oh yeah,
the majority of them were.
Okay, take out Rocky because that's everybody's default answer.
Well, then it would be Bloodsport.
So you think Let me ask you a question. Do you think Bloodsport's better than Kickboxer? Naksu Cow. I mean,
they're almost the same fucking movie.
It is the same. It's the same.
What are you talking about?
It is the same. Look, you know what's funny about Van Damme? Van Damme went on this run where he was just like, okay, so he made Bloodsport and Kickboxer. Do you remember The Quest?
Oh yeah, I do remember.
It was just like Bloodsport, but
I saw that in theaters.
It was just like Bloodsport, but it was like in a different time period. So it was basically like Bloodsport because they all got scrolls to come fight in the Kumite and all this other stuff, or whatever it was. But it just happened to be in like the 1800s instead of normal time. It was the same movie.
Yeah, I do.
I feel like he wrote. I feel like he wrote that movie.
What's the one when he was pretending to be Cajun?
Oh God, Chance Boudreaux. That's a Hard Target.
Horrible fucking Cajun accent.
Do that. I know that was bad. That was almost as bad.
Van Damme.
That was I've never heard a German guy try to do a guy from Brussels do a Cajun accent. And he had like the worst one-liners. He was like, the woman was like, why'd she name you Chance? Because his name was Chance Boudreaux. She's like, why did you name him Chance? He's like, because my mother took one. Like, what the fuck? What?
Yeah.
See, the best scene in that whole movie is where he punches the snake in the face.
Yeah, that was good. And let's see, Goonies was a favorite of mine back then.
That's not a fighting movie. We're talking about action fighting movies.
Just fighting movies or action movies?
Or action. Okay, we'll go action movies. We'll go
Commando. I was about to say Commando.
Dude, Commando. Look, let me tell you something about Commando. Like, I'm one of the ones that like. I watched that movie growing up like every day as a kid, whatever. But as I got older, I started noticing like all the like things that aren't possible. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like he put one claymore down, right? In front of like and blew up 4 buildings with one claymore.
Let's see. I love Predator.
That's a classic. Yeah.
Yeah. What else was there? He had a lot of good. Had a good run in the 80s.
He had
90s.
He had the best one-liners.
Like True Lies and stuff like that. That was good.
Schwarzenegger had the best one-liners in every movie.
Oh, of course he did. I mean, Terminators, they were all good. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, there are so many of them. Really good ones.
People shit on Last Action Hero. I liked Last Action Hero.
That was good. That's 90s, though.
Yeah. He threw the guy through the picture and said, "Hang around."
Yeah. But yeah.
I wonder if that was in the script.
Those are all really good.
They couldn't have put those one-liners in the script. Like, he had to like freestyle that.
Because they're like did. Some of them probably did. But yeah, Predator was probably one of my favorites growing up. And then, of course, all the Alien movies up to Aliens were my favorite. My go-tos for sci-fi, that is. Sci-fi horror, I guess.
What about ones that people don't really talk about? Let's like best of the best.
Best of the best. Was that the
it's one where they fight the Koreans in the karate competition?
What was it? The ninjas? You know, the young kid ninjas or whatever they were?
No, 3 ninjas.
Yeah, the 3 ninjas.
Oh yeah, what? Of course.
I remember that.
But you know what's funny? You know what's funny about that is like, and
of course all the Karate Kids.
They learn to be like master ninjas in like over a summer.
Yeah.
But you don't think about that when you're a kid. You're just like, oh, that's awesome. And then like,
so did Daniel LaRusso in Karate Kid.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I mean, he learned in no time.
Do you remember the basketball
world tournaments and stuff like that?
Do you remember the basketball scene in 3 Ninjas where they're like playing the bullies in the schoolyard or whatever?
Yeah.
And like he dunks it. And it's like a
some unbelievable stuff.
What about this movie? Surf Ninjas.
Surf Ninjas, yeah.
They had Rob Schneider in it. Dude, he was like 36 when he played that role. He was
yeah, no.
He's like playing a high school kid.
Rob Schneider. Golly. Deuce Bigalow, Mel Gigolo.
My favorite Rob Schneider is where he plays the Arabic guy. What's the movie? Don't Mess with the Zohan.
Oh,
the
yeah.
Scene, the scene where
he's a great character actor.
Oh, yeah. The scene where he's trying to find Phantom and he gives him the phone number. It's like super long.
He did the same thing in Anger Management. You remember he played one of the real estate like
dude
customers or whatever.
He's great, man.
Yeah. He was really good in those. But Adam Sandler, you're here about Happy Gilmore too, right? It's in production. Dude, if it's Adam Sandler, I'm watching it.
I know,
man, I love all those goofy ass movies.
I know, man, but I mean, the same thing could be said like about Coming to America, the new one. You know what I mean?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't need to be remade or have a sequel, but I'm still going to watch it.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna watch it too. But I mean, it's kind of like I just hope they don't.
It's like Grown Ups, right? Grown Ups 1 and 2, hilarious movies. I can sit down and watch those with my kids. Like my oldest daughter, she loves those movies. It's like I kind of brought her up in the Adam Sandler movie thing, like as she was young and coming a teenager.
Yeah.
So she was actually really loves anything Adam Sandler she loves, like Pixels.
But did you show her Tommy Boy?
No, she hasn't seen Tommy Boy. But that wasn't technically Adam Sandler movie. It was just Chris Farley and David Spade. But no, she hasn't seen Tommy Boy. But like the more kids friendly Adam Sandler movies, she's
got you.
Yeah, she can't watch Tommy Boy, dude.
It's not that bad.
No, Tommy Boy's not that bad. It's okay.
I mean, your youngest daughter.
Like the hotel scene, like they're looking out the window and stuff.
Oh yeah, but are you talking about your youngest daughter?
No, I'm talking about my 15-year-old.
Oh,
not yet.
Okay. No, hey, that's yeah. You're probably right.
I mean, maybe in today's age that'd be acceptable. No, not me.
Yeah, I get that. I feel you.
But
did you watch it at 15?
Yeah, I did. I did. It's different, girls and boys.
Ooh.
Oh, it is. I mean, don't ooh me.
Ooh, here we go.
That's an obvious difference.
Misogynist. I feel you, man.
Okay.
We about ready to start this thing?
You want to go ahead and start?
Oh yeah, we're about 10 minutes in. Let's do this.
Yeah, let's start. All right, so let's see. We got that. Let's go ahead and start the music. All right, don't mute your mic.
No, I'm not breathing hard. I haven't got up. That'll be after I get up.
All right, switching over now.
All right, let's do it. Did you mess up the intro again?
What's that? I didn't hear anything. I can edit that out.
I got you. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Grant Rowland here with the DMG Gaming Podcast. And as always, I am joined by the only guy who's probably not banned from the Godot game engine, my boy, Ed Phillips. What up, my boy?
I don't know. That forehead's just blaring at me.
It is,
what
man.
The hell is wipe your forehead?
It's a little humid. It's a little humid here in Mississippi.
Humid or
humid?
Humid. Jeez, man. Yeah, just wipe that.
Look that grease off that forehead. Look what you did to my hair. People never see me without a hat. They probably think I'm bald.
Probably. All right. You good?
I'm good.
All right.
Try not to breathe hard.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, you see me like my face like I'm holding it in.
All right, Grant. You ready to start?
Let's start some news.
Get on some news.
Let's do it.
Get that news going.
Let's go on, boy.
All right. Let me go and bring this up. Our first subject of the day. All right. Got a lot of stuff to cover today. Whoa. Let me get that over. There we go. All right, Grant, guess what? Dragon, what do you do? Try to hide that chair, that dirty ass chair?
It's dirty, man. I spilled coffee on it. I know, I spilled coffee all over it.
Yeah. All right,
so
Grant.
It's not very aesthetically pleasing.
No, it's not. Yeah. Why is that chair so dirty,
I spilled coffee because what I do is like when I'm in here, like my cat will come in here and I spin it around, let him get in there. And I don't know. I spilled coffee on it. I got to steam clean it.
Dude, did you think no one saw that? You reaching over and get that thing out of frame?
I don't care. But the thing about it, they won't see it next time.
All right, let's continue.
All
right. So the Dragon Quest creators are not happy with the censorship they had to do in the Dragon Quest 3 HD 2D remake.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, kind of hitting back, calling Western, I guess, censorship just kind of ridiculous and everything like that. We go a little bit deeper into the article. We got this from Niche Gamer. You can follow him on Twitter. But basically, they kind of go into, when it comes to like, especially like their character creator, it's a female body type, or it's not even that. It's type 1 or type 2 body type. And they call that kind of ridiculous, when it can just be male and female. Why not? That's what it is. I mean, let's be real. They called that ridiculous, and then they also go into like when it comes to like censorship compliance. Torishima replied, "With compliance is like an all-powerful god, quote unquote. It's something that is using the name of good, but is actually bad. It's impossible. Every single person doesn't feel comfortable. It's fine to feel uncomfortable, beautiful and ugly, good and evil. It depends on the person." So he's kind of pushing back on it, saying like, who do you appease on this? And also, who does this appease by having a type 1, type 2, or whatever appearance A, appearance B body
again
type?
who
does that like, who cares if it's just male and female?
Yeah, exactly.
Why can't you just do that?
I mean, like, what was the point of like, this is a game that was already made, like you just remastered it, like that's what I'm saying, like you purposely went in and changed it.
Well, they also changed the outfits and stuff like that because of, I mean, if you look at the original outfit, it's not that bad.
But the thing about it is you can't see it like that when it's on the pixel. Like I'm saying, like
you can't. But all this censorship, they're not digging it, and they are pushing back on it. So good on them. I mean, censorship in general, I understand like major censorship you have to change, like when it comes to if you're trying to legit make your game, pass a rating system or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
But I mean, like it's gotten this bad that they had to appease just having the male and female removed. I mean, that's ridiculous, in my opinion. But honestly, that's the majority. Like everyone's kind of tired of this crap. Just when it comes to pronouns and everything like that. I mean, like in games and you're all this injection of Western identity politics into games everywhere. Every time you turn around, Starfield, Dragon Age: The Veilguard, everything has to have pronouns, and it's just this pronoun thing didn't get big until like I'd say 2015. It really when it started to jump off. Like
it seemed like it got really big during COVID.
It got big. Well, yeah, it got real big then, but it also got big during guess who's right before, during his election cycle.
Oh, yeah, it's true too.
Trump's back in.
Oh, that's a bad word. You can't say that word.
Yeah, we're fucking. You're MAGA. You're a MAGA guy.
You Mississippi piece of trash.
Oh, you're from Florida? Oh, fucking you go for Ron DeSantis.
Yeah, but wait, I heard you're from Mississippi. Oh God, you're gutter trash.
No, yeah, racist. Common stereotypes like that. Anyway. But it's a legit concern, like, how much of this injected bullshit are we going to get more into game?
That's going to get worse. It'll get worse before it gets better.
There has been a lot of big pushback against that, too, though. I mean, there are a lot of people pushing back, and a lot of game developers are pushing back, too, which is a good thing.
Well, I've noticed the pushback has been the strongest it has been in the last year recently. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Let me get rid of that. There we go. But yeah, like we got into it with PlayStation getting this big push with DEI, how that accomplishes nothing when it comes to diversity, except getting your radical people when it comes to basically activists, political activists and stuff like that.
Is your dog on the podcast too?
Yeah, they're going crazy over something, barking at something.
It's probably like the mailman.
They're probably just barking at each other. All right. But yeah, so, again, this DEI push crap, it's just going to continue this kind of, like we said before in our last podcast, all you're doing in DEI is you're not getting diversity. You're getting people with the same hive mind, point of view into your company, and which is a bad thing. And now you don't have a diverse, I guess, group of people with different ideas. No. You won't have that.
You have a diverse looking people, but they have the same idea. Yeah. Because you chose them that way.
Yeah, and they all have that same political activism in them. That's who they hire.
Exactly.
That's who they're going to go after.
They're going to. That's going to be their number one priority before then how you look. But they're not. Here's the thing: they're not going to hire 3 white people with that same view. You know what I mean? Like that's where the diversity comes in. Is how you look, but their ideas have to be the same.
There's not exactly not a diverse cast of different ideas. It's just one hive mind, robotic
correct.
Think tank, pretty much. All right, let's go on to the next thing. Oh, well, guess what? Who we're going to talk about next, Grant?
Is our sponsors of the show
Ubisoft.
Oh,
like always, like they can't stay out of the news, man. Like in the gaming world, they are always in it with some stupid shit. All right, so let's pull this next thing up. All right, this is what we got. All right,
I feel like we should have some theme music for Ubisoft Corner.
All right, yeah. So Andy Me on TV, the YouTube, he does like a lot of breakdowns and stuff on his channel. But one of the things he talked about how much the Skull and Bones, Ubisoft Skull and Bones, actually cost. I mean, it's ridiculous. $850 million, dude. Like that is insane.
What did they spend that money on? There's no way they spent that money on the game. That's impossible. There's not $850 million. Like $850 million is what I would expect for them to spend on Grand Theft Auto 6, not Skull and Bones.
Well, he had some insiders he was talking to, and he kind of spilled it on air, talking about it on his.
Somebody was taking money off the top. There ain't no way that game cost that much.
Yeah, I mean, especially what kind of game it is. That's insane, dude. I mean,
I feel like the developer got paid $100 million just to be the developer.
Case, I mean, that's worse flop than it's still not a worse flop than Concord because Concord is gone.
they
disappeared. So you really can't say it's the worst flop because that game is completely vanished.
That game was $1 at
They're
Walmart.
pretending like it never existed. At least PlayStation is. But let's continue on with Ubisoft. Okay, and guess what? After all the sales and all the backlash on Star Wars Outlaws, when it comes to like legit concerns, when it came to the gameplay mechanics, how boring it was, that it was not polished, and like most of the reviews said of everybody that reviewed this game about the gameplay mechanics being boring and all that, the CEO decides to just put all the blame in gamers. After the poor sales and everything.
I've never heard that excuse before.
Well, and it's typical, like this is the world we live in now. There's no responsibility. It's everyone else's fault except your own, right?
Yeah.
You push all the blame and so on and pretend like it's it's not our fault. It's not our fault that we pushed the game too early that was not really ready to come out, especially when it came to the gameplay mechanics. It's not that. It's the gamer's fault.
Yeah.
For not wanting to buy an unfinished game. Shame on them.
Racists, misogynists, bigots.
But anyway, this is another example of Ubisoft not taking responsibility for, putting out not a good product. Again, just like everything, everyone says, exploration in the game, fantastic. Okay, great. But the gameplay, which is the core concept of any game, it's not good. It's not going to be good. It's going to diminish any type of exploration you have in the game. It's going to diminish the story and stuff. They said what we said in our last podcast that they're going to fix here soon. So they even asked for a second chance on this via one of their posts. But we'll see.
My thing is, why are you asking for a second chance? Why don't you just fucking do it? Like, just fix it.
Yeah, I don't know.
That sounds very desperate. Please buy our game.
Exactly. And then we go into what we were talking about earlier.
Surely they had good sales.
Selling 1 million copies.
Surely they had really good sales. Oh.
Yeah, they did not. They did not. Example of this is like Wukong. What did it hit? It hit 20 million.
So for people who think a million copies is good,
game hit 20 million. Like this is worldwide, of course, but it's outselling an established IP. No one knows. A lot of people haven't read Journey to the West. They don't know what Wukong is about. But it sold 20 million copies. Wukong did. This is Star Wars, an open world Star Wars game, and you're telling me this is all it can sell? And all the real criticism about the game when it came to it's very unpolished, and other aspects that people had complaints about, those aren't warranted. Yeah, they're warranted. Obviously, they're warranted because it didn't sell well.
Yeah. But here's the thing is, for anybody who comes in and says, well, they still sold 1 million copies, that's terrible.
And think about the marketing this game had everywhere. Yeah. IGN, Kotaku, all the big games.
All the shields were all the shields were doing everything they could.
All the gatekeepers were at it, pushing this game.
If they sold 1 million copies,
his ass, basically.
If they sold 1 million copies at $59.99, let's say they made $60 million, but if it cost $300 million to make the game, guess what? Yeah. They lost money.
Yeah. And, they lost a lot of money.
Oh, they lost a shit ton of million copies.
They have to pay. Just paying employees of their bloated staff that they'd already had. It's completely ridiculous how much they had to spend to make this game. And then you got Wukong, made by a developer that had one other game, comes in here and creates a game and sells 20 million copies.
They probably had like 20 people that worked that whole game.
It's crazy. But let's see what else we have on Ubisoft. I think that's it. Yeah, that's
1 million copies.
Yeah, man, it's ridiculous. But anyway, so Ubisoft. You're going to stay in the news, negative news, I guess.
The last bastion of hope. The last bastion of hope for the guys is Dragon Age Veilguard. Boy, if that one fails, it'd be our fault. Yeah. We'd be the racist and the bigots and the misogynists for not liking it.
Ubisoft's last chance is really Assassin's Creed Shadows.
And if they
just delayed until
February
keep pushing 2025.
It back, they have to keep pushing it back for 2 more years just for them to have hope.
Yeah, but they from what we got from we gathered that they are trying to repolish the game in a lot of aspects. A lot of historical inaccuracies that were identified, they're fixing those, and a bunch of other stuff.
They're going to have to remake the whole game if that's the case.
I don't know what they're going to do. Is February February 25, 25, I think February 25th, right?
See,
something like that, February 15th or something like that.
So here's the thing is they're kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place because if they remove Yasuke, then a lot of people get mad. The people who won't.
They said they're not going to remove him. Yeah, they're not going to remove him. But you did hear about the news that they did replace the original protagonist who was Japanese with Yasuke. Yeah. You saw that, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, like a lot of bad decisions up there when it comes to the creativity portion of the game and the creative process of the game. A lot of bad decisions. A lot of people that didn't know what they were doing.
You know what's crazy about that is they pushed. I'm a wrestling guy, so I was watching. They had this big hype thing at AEW's big show.
Yeah.
In England. Mm-hmm. There's like 70,000 fans, and like they had this whole Assassin's Creed because the guy's name is the Aerial Assassin.
Yeah,
that's like his nickname or whatever. And so they used like the Assassin's Creed promo before his entrance to the ring. Yeah. So and they advertised it for coming out. So they just wasted. I mean, I'm sure that shit's not cheap. I'm sure they paid millions of dollars for that. So they just wasted that.
All the advertisement on it. Think about how much advertisement there has been on it, and there's going to be. Like they delayed it. Now they're going to have even more advertisement up to the launch period. Right?
This is where it's going to get dicey for them because they'll get to a point where people don't even really give a shit about it anymore.
Like, diminishing returns, man.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, you're delaying this game. Is it going to really release in February? We don't know.
What other games are releasing around that time that could be better?
I don't know. I really don't know. I'd have to check the releases, but like, you got some good games coming up. Well, I know you got New World, the rehash of New World MMO. You got that coming up October 15th. That's going to be available on consoles and PC. It's kind of just a rehash of the game. They redid a lot of stuff to make it console friendly and redid some of the original.
I'm gonna try it out when it comes out.
Yeah, I think you'll like it because it's very UO-like.
You said the magic word.
A lot more modern, I would say.
You said the magic word.
At least everything I've seen when it comes to the, I think it's called Eternum, New World Eternum. Everything I've seen shows it looks pretty good. A lot of people are saying a lot of good things about it. All right, let's move on, Grant. All right,
let's.
Yeah, so Ubisoft, whatever. Now this is interesting. Let's pull this up. Let's see. Legend of Zelda. All right. Zelda Echoes of Wisdom. Physical pre-orders outsold Dragon Age of Veilguard 20-1.
20-1?
That's a lot. But I mean, it is a Zelda game. We got to say
it is a Zelda game.
I wouldn't call it a mainline Zelda game, though. But it's definitely a Zelda game.
But that kind of tells you, kind of gives you a futuristic outlook of what's to come, maybe?
Yeah, let's hope not. Let's see, Dragon Age. I still haven't made my mind up about this game, dude. I love Dragon Age, but
it's gonna suck, man. I don't care. I don't really give a shit what people. I
know we keep saying that, but we have to do our due diligence.
No, I know.
And we have to play the game.
I know, and I will.
I'll play the game. I'll stream it live.
You'll probably be more open minded than me.
Well, I wouldn't say all that, but I am a big RPG dude. I love RPGs, so we'll see.
But you're more of a Dragon Age fan than
Dragon Age fan. Huge Dragon Age fan. What now?
That's what I said. You're a bigger Dragon Age fan than me.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, I played all and beaten all the Dragon Age. You only played Inquisition, right?
It's the last one I
played. Yeah, it's a good one, but I'm still going Origins and Dragon Age 2. They're all really good. But we'll see. We'll see what comes of this. But that doesn't look good. If that's true, the physical pre-orders out.
That's what I'm saying. Like that
does not look good, especially Zelda. Zelda's not a mainline Zelda game. This Echoes of Wisdom.
Could you imagine if this game sold
and the amount of popular marketing that Dragon Age have seen? Like you see it all over freaking Twitter. You know what I mean? Or X.
It's been on like the last 5 game award
every
show.
Every other IGN post is something about Dragon Age.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so it has the marketing. It has all this popularity behind it. That, though, is concerning.
It's not good.
Okay, let me get rid of that. All right, Grant. Next subject. This is a hell of a subject. There's a lot to this. So Godot, I think that's how you pronounce it, right? Godot.
It's actually Godot, Ed. I don't know.
Godot. All right. Anyway, so the game engine, basically 2D and 3D game engine, they had some issues over, I'd say, the last several days when it came to.
Surely it was just technical difficulties, though, right?
Their community manager.
Surely it was just bugs.
Yeah,
they're talking about
technical, normal stuff, right? Not any. It can't be all this involved.
Can't be political
activism.
No, there's no way. Not for a game engine.
No, I mean, especially not for like a community manager.
Yeah,
on Twitter.
Surely that's not the case. That can't be.
Surely you can't. Well, guess what, Grant? This is why you do not hire unhinged activists as you're playing a community manager role or anything related to public outreach. This is why you do not hire political activists. And I'm not talking about just political activists, Grant. I'm talking about unhinged political activists that goes on a blocking spree of blocking all types of people, even people that back their engine, like titanium backers, people that put money into it, people that, other game developers that actually use their engine, blocking them left and right.
Let's see what this person looks like. Surely they look like a normal human being. I can imagine.
No, definitely no pronouns, right?
No.
Oh, well, I guess not. Well, here we go.
And I was disappointed, and I'm wrong.
There we go. The community manager and communications manager for Godot Engine is obnoxiously queer, and it says it right there. I didn't say that.
No,
it's not my words. And of course,
that would be the Q,
the knife and broccoli.
So that would be the Q in the LGBTQ, right?
I guess so, Grant. I guess so, buddy.
Murder veggie.
All right, so let's
hold on. Go back to that. Let's see what this. I'm trying to decipher this. I'm trying to see if there's like hidden meaning in this.
There it is. Murderveggie@gmail. So vegetarian.
We're about to do what's national treasure? National treasures. I'm about to be like Ben Gates on this.
Okay.
Murder veggie. She's from. Okay. All right. She's from Bavaria. She's not even American. There we go.
Yeah. All right. Let's keep going. We haven't really touched anything on this yet. All right.
She, they. That's new. Isn't that new?
Yeah.
Is that possible?
Okay. So as you can see, people are basically replying to him on Twitter about being political and stuff like that. Immediately blocks. Like especially like this guy, they're hiding replies and doing all types of stuff, stupid things on Twitter. We're about to get to some tweets, Grant, that people are just saying legit replies like, how about you work on this instead of being political activists?
And surely they reacted in a normal manner.
Yeah, of course they did. Well, no, they got immediately blocked. So let's keep moving on.
All right.
Keep on moving.
But from my understanding, not only did they get blocked just from, not only did they just get blocked from, they got blocked from actually using the engine as well, right?
Oh yeah, like GitHub and everything. A lot of people did, like actual users.
Golly.
All right, so Godot Engine Twitter, their community manager that handles a Twitter account. Apparently, game engines are woke now. Well, then we won't complain. Rainbow symbol.
So they admitted to it. Okay.
Show us your woke hot games below. And then this guy responds, a game dev. Can you focus on fixing and supporting bitmap fonts to properly import your engine, so on and so forth? Legit criticism. Blocked. A game developer for just stating that because they don't adhere to their complete wacko view of the world when it comes to a lot of these activists that are running these sites and stuff like that. They think everything someone replies to is political or hate speech or something. This is a legit concern from looks like an actual game dev. Why block them?
Yeah,
why not?
Tweeting that from the official account. That's bold.
Yeah, why not engage this person and maybe see what his concerns are, being that he is a game dev,
or just fix the problem that he's talking about. Say, hey, yeah, we'll fix this problem. Thank you for your input.
Well, no, Grant, it gets even worse.
It can't. It's impossible. Surely they're not.
It gets even worse, Grant. All right, here's another person. A titanium, what we were talking about earlier, a titanium level backer for Godot.
Okay.
So he said, or she, focus on engine and not politics. I mean, what kind of response is that, Grant? Is that a normal response? It is a normal response.
It is a normal response.
I mean, it's pretty normal. Like, hey, can we focus on your engine here?
Yeah.
No.
Let's focus on the.
Guess what, Grant? Yeah. Blocked.
Titanium, I would say backer. Titanium and diamond are probably the highest ones, right?
I guess.
So here's the thing: is if you took this guy's money away, then that's less money that you get, correct?
Well, I hope they unblocked him because that's pretty major, especially someone that is financially supporting your system.
Well, that's what I'm saying. If somebody was giving me $1 million a month, and I looked at them,
if it's not even financial, someone that has been utilizing your engine quite a bit. I mean, these are the kind of people you want to keep and retain.
Well, these are the ones
because of political viewpoints. Let's keep on going.
I mean, those are the people who keep your lights on.
Exactly. All right, let's go to this one. All right, this is a moderator on the Discord channel. Grant, let me tell you, buddy, it gets worse.
Xanax.
Now, they came out with a statement, basically, I guess, dismissing this guy. Like, this isn't really part of our company and stuff like that. But regardless, he was a moderator on their Discord.
All right.
You have no right to free speech here because I consider your speech to be toxic and vomit.
Toxic vomit.
But what is toxic? What is this? Like, so you're the one that determines if someone disagrees with you putting out political statements and you run a company / game engine because they disagree with you on that, then they're completely toxic. No, that's not the case. You deserve criticism. All this criticism going to him, besides, of course, the real harassment, which is a very low percentage, is warranted. But this is not.
But here's the thing.
Criticism is good.
Yeah, but here's the thing. He said, he said, if you think inviting queer people to share their games is politics, well, no, that's not what this was about. Nobody was criticizing the person for sharing their game.
All right.
I mean, if they want to make, here's the thing. If they want to make a queer game, that's fine. But you're not going to, but when the person comes out, it's like blocking people left and right. Like, you know.
Well, their owner / one of the owners / directors came out in a tweet.
Or you probably had to.
This makes sense. You know, I deeply believe that any political discussion that puts labels to a group of people in one that should not have started, and most of the people on this planet, no matter their political compass, seems to strongly disagree with me. I just prefer to stay entirely out of politics.
Hey,
that's good, right?
But you know what? If this is the CEO, right? Is this the CEO or whatever?
I mean, it's, one of the owners.
So this is what he should have told his crew. This is what he should have told his workers, employees. You are not to engage. You are not to engage in politics. You are not. You can believe whatever you want to outside of work. Believe whatever you want to outside of work. You can do whatever you want to.
Did say that, but that's the problem. This is what happens when you hire political activists.
Correct.
That just cannot separate their personal politics from their job and maybe shut the hell up sometimes.
Yep.
You're representing the face of a company as a community manager.
Exactly. And this guy
they did a shitty job of doing
that. This guy probably lost a shit ton of money from his backers and stuff like that. Because I mean, this would be the perfect opportunity for somebody to take something similar to his engine and say, "Hey guys, come on over here. The water's clear. The water's warm over here."
Like, is he really saying I prefer to stay entirely out of politics?
Well, I mean that's
a great statement. Okay, if you believe that as this person that is the head of this, then why are you not enforcing your point of view here?
If I was him, let's just give him the benefit of the doubt and say, hey, he's right. He wants that. This is what you do. One, you tell everybody who made a political statement to apologize for that political statement. I apologize, whatever. You don't like it, you're gone. Peace. Get out of here.
They came out with basically condemning the wave of harassment directed at their staff and community.
But there was no harassment. There was zero harassment.
Wave of harassment.
There was zero harassment.
Legit concern that they're the face of the company, like they have turned political.
Yeah,
people. Those are legit concerns.
I mean, you allowed this person to tweet from the main account,
and also you're blocking legit devs that are trying to use your product
to create.
It's not a good way to run a business, buddy.
Yeah.
So, of course, they push all the blame to just the harassment and not taking any type of blame on
We mistakenly
themselves.
blocked individuals who were not. No, you didn't.
No, you didn't. No,
No,
it went on anyone that disagreed with you, anyone that disagreed with your fucking wacko left-wing religion
correct.
that this community manager obviously has.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone that even tiny bit disagreed, they blocked them.
So what I would have done is I would have made the people who did this come out with a formal statement and apologizing. If not, you're fired. Simple, because I'll replace you. No big deal. And then I would make it a rule that we will not be invoking in politics, no matter what people say to you. Now, if they come at your personal account, you can say whatever you want. That's your personal business, whatever. But nothing that you say has any reflection of this company.
Well, it doesn't end there, Grant.
Oh God!
So all those people that they blocked on X, guess what they're making them do? They're filling out a block appeal. And you know what you got to put on that block appeal? The Twitter handle. That makes sense, right? The X Twitter handle. That's fine. Mm-hmm. But also your email?
Nah, fuck all that.
And all the stuff. Because some unhinged lefty blocked you for saying, quit posting politics and work on your engine.
Yeah.
And they have to do all this? Nah. Oh, it's ridiculous.
No. The only way here's the thing is now you're at a point to where it says reason to unban you because you banned me for a fucking stupid reason, dickhead. I'm a former man.
No, we'll get to this.
Okay.
We'll get to this. This is next. But this is why these companies, especially when they're pushing DEI, need to understand who they're hiring. People that want to become DEI, like employees to assist with hiring practices inside that company, you have to understand who you are hiring. You're not hiring someone that can have a stance of what's, their personal politics into bringing that into their job and how they decide daily things in their lives, especially when hiring people for a company working under these DEI practices.
Correct.
These people are activists, and they will hire people that will bring your damn company down.
Yep.
Because they cannot separate their freaking politics, dude.
But here's the thing: they're so angry. They have so much anger that if you even look at them wrong, they're
oh God forbid, dude, you say something like you misgender them.
No,
it's the end of the world.
What if you tell them you're making a positive President Trump game?
They probably hire you. But anyway, so this is another reason. These companies, man, like enforce what you think. Like that guy that said no politics. I don't believe in having politics in a business and all that stuff. The head of the Godot, enforce that.
Yeah.
Tell the people that run these accounts that are part of your business, stay out of these conversations.
Yep. I'd make them put disclaimers on their Twitters that say, all my opinions are my own.
Real harassment and real threats and stuff like that, yes.
Oh, well, yeah.
Get rid of those stuff.
Correct.
But when it comes to politics and general critiques and criticism, don't go unhinged and start mass blocking people for having legit concerns, especially people that are even on your side.
Yeah.
On this, you were blocking. So again, this is a real world scenario where you have people that work for these gaming engine companies, developers, whatever. You hire these activists and they cannot separate personal from political. Everything revolves around the real world politics of them.
Yeah.
Like if you're on one side, they will hate you.
Yeah.
And you have to be careful from hiring these people.
Yeah.
Or if you are one of those people, you got to learn to separate. You got to take those personal political point of views and shove them in a bag or something in the back of your head.
This is the thing. This is what things people don't understand. Like you're more than welcome to believe whatever you want to believe. You can be Christian, atheist, whatever you choose to be, Democrat, Republican, whatever. The thing about it is you have to know that when you're selling something or when you're in business, you're not getting just your people coming. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So what you don't want to do is because Yeah, alienate. Because if you do that, then you're going to, one, not make enough money, and then two, you probably won't be in business very long.
You're hurting your brand too,
Yeah.
like big time.
So the thing about it is you're more than welcome to believe whatever you want to believe, but my advice would be to just not say anything, no comment. Who are you voting for? Man, I'm not really a political person. You know?
So after all this guy, I don't know if I can pronounce his name, but Andriy Doroshenko, he was a former maintainer of
Butchered
Godot.
it. Terrible.
It, right?
I speak fluent Ukrainian.
No, you don't.
Andriy Doroshenko.
No.
Sounds just like it. You thought I was. You're like, God, this guy's from Ukraine.
He wrote an entire book about it, called "Waiting for Blue Robot." He actually gave permission to. Now, if you guys want to go check this out, go follow him, X-Ray Easy on X, and you can just click on this link, and it takes you directly to the book, pretty much.
Sure, it's not X-rays.
X-Ray Easy, yeah,
or just X-rays. Like you said, X-Ray Easy.
X-Ray Easy.
No, it's X-rays.
What? X-rays?
Yeah. You're not hip.
No, I'm not.
You're not cool.
What but anyway, go to this, and
how'd you do, fellow kids?
No, shut up. He wrote an entire book on this premise, so go check that out. But yeah, it's a crazy thing, dude. People just cannot separate their personal politics between their jobs.
I bet you don't read license plates that have like personal letter very well.
No, I don't.
I bet you say it like you're like, who was chick germ 4?
I do not. But yeah, that's a breakdown of Godot. Godot.
So there's two other things I want to talk about.
What?
2 words. The Penguin.
The Penguin? Damn good show, dude.
Damn good show, man.
Dude, I've been waiting for a show kind of like The Sopranos to come about.
It's got a Sopranos feel.
Some kind of like that, but nothing that hits like The Penguin, dude.
Yeah, I
don't even feel like it's DC. Like it's that good, well done of kind of like that mafia vibe.
Yeah. It's good, man. If you've never watched The Penguin, watch it. It's fantastic. Colin Farrell should win an Emmy for this role.
I mean, he has to.
Because you would
First
never
2 episodes, I call him Emmy winner right there.
Yeah, like so I never in my life would have, if you would have put a gun to my head and I never would have known who was playing this part, I never would have guessed Colin Farrell ever
no way,
in my life. There's people now have put him in a role of people who are meant to play this role and they can't play it better. And that's Heath Ledger's Joker.
Yep.
And that's Vincent D'Onofrio's Kingpin.
Yep.
And now the Penguin. It's fantastic. I mean, the dude's got a golden tongue, man. He talks his way like I like the way they do it, man. Because
don't spoil, but that last episode, how he got out of all that.
Yeah, dude, it's just so crazy because like he knows it. Yes, like the Penguin know. That's the Penguin's a manipulative person. You know what I mean? But like for people who don't know, they humanized him a lot. You know what I mean? In this thing. So like he knows what to say in every situation. Like even when it looks like he's about to get caught, he knows how to get out of it. Like it's crazy. Like he can't get caught. Like I must assume like he'll never get. And just when you think he's getting caught, he's not getting caught. Like
yeah, it's like it's like the way they wrote it, like you just don't he's in the Batman universe, right? He's in the DC universe, but the way they write it, like you completely forget about all that.
Correct. You don't even think Batman. You don't even think
like it's a mafia, like Sopranos is something based on just a mafia crime show or something like that. But
because it's about the Falcons and the Maronis.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So they don't really mention they mention Batman like every now and then.
He's there.
Yeah. But, and they mention the Riddler, but they don't.
The first episode kind of is right after the flood, right?
So so it takes place in 2022. Yeah, so it takes place in the year 2022.
Yep.
Which is cool. Man, it's just so, man, dude, I just can't get over how slick he is, man. Like his stories, like when he tells stories, like you believe everything he says.
Yeah, and this is a different rendition we've ever seen.
Yeah.
Of the Penguin. out of everything.
Like like he's lying and he's not lying. Like it's crazy. It's weird. Like I will say this. Like it's not really spoiling anything. But the scene where he goes, he puts his nice car up. He's got the guy, the kid with him. He puts his car up and then gets in the piece of shit car.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so he's got all this shit to cover all history. Like, he's just got, man, that's just crazy, man. Like, he's got a double life. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's crazy.
Yeah. And when he mentioned that his mom's dead.
Yeah, exactly.
You remember that?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
To kind of throw her off.
Yeah.
Make sure that, they think that she is dead.
Yeah.
So they won't go after her. I mean, just all that little tiny details.
It's crazy, man.
It's great writing. It's a great show. If you guys haven't
watched it,
you have to watch it.
Yeah, so like I have not seen a good show like that since the first season of Game of Thrones. Yeah. It's great. It's a great show. I love it. Absolutely love it.
Yeah. HBO did it right. All right.
So the next thing I want to talk about is let's talk about. Go ahead and tell me about some Game of Thrones, Throne and Liberty. So you've played more.
Throne and Liberty?
So you've played more. So what have you?
Level 50 now. I'm max level.
Okay,
I just reached that yesterday evening.
So what have you unlocked at that level? Like, what are you doing? What's cool? So have you found anything?
So all the end game dungeons unlock level 50 stuff, and then all the secret dungeons that you can like do solo. You basically fight a boss right at the beginning. It's just a one-on-one thing, like trying to climb a tower, basically. Mm-hmm. I've unlocked that. I haven't done all of them. I just got 50 yesterday evening, and I really didn't play much today because of all the damn doctor appointments I had to go to. But from what I got yesterday, a lot of stuff starts opening up, more PvP stuff. Again, you got to get to really enjoy this game. You have to get in a guild to really get involved with all the content.
Can you create a guild?
Yeah, you can create a guild. But the idea is to create. You need to get if you know you're not going to be able to create a good guild. You need to join one that at least has a decent population in it. Yeah. Because there's a lot of PvP, PvE stuff that you do as a guild to compete against other guilds. So you got to get in a good guild. And right now, though, it is kind of like, you have these top guilds in the server, like in each server that are kind of taking over everything. Yeah. It's always like the same top 5. But that'll change since it got released today for everyone for free.
So now more people.
It's going to create more competition and better. Yeah. So it's not just the same damn guilds over and over again.
So let me ask you a question. Now that you've played through it and stuff, has there some things that stuck out that you're just kind of like, I wish they'd fix this?
I mean, I still haven't engaged the end game yet. Like the dungeons, like I just got 50. I haven't really done a level 50 dungeon yet.
I'm talking about, I guess I mean more like gameplay. Like, is it anything clunky, anything repetitive, anything?
I mean, it's still the camera issues, and the flight. Like when you try to glide, like so you immediately have access to you basically shapeshift. This is the point of the game. Like when you're running on the ground from point A to point B, you can turn into whatever shapeshift form that you get. You get a ton of them playing through the game. But you can choose your shapeshift form, and it's basically like a mount, right? Mm-hmm. You just turn into an animal, and you're moving faster.
Gotcha.
And then when you're in the air, you can glide and fly with another shapeshift form. And then same thing in the water. You can shapeshift into an aquatic animal. So it's all about shapeshifting is basically the mount system in this game. And you can increase your speed by collecting more of the shapeshifts for either land, water, or air, right? So your speed increases. But the flight is kind of clunky. Like controls is like gliding. It doesn't feel good. The camera can kind of be janky when you're doing combat. Just make sure you go into your settings when you first play the game. Make sure you set your like targeting correctly. So when you click an attack button, it basically sets your target the closest thing to you. And also like for PvP, making sure you show the nameplates of people so you can actually see them. And you don't, because if you don't have that,
you can't attack your own guildmates, can you?
No. It's all like you go into like a event at a specific area. It has a calendar, like a time thing you can click on and see when all the events are going to be. If one's like not peace, it's PvP, it's like conflict, then you can bring your guildmates in there and you can go against other guilds and compete.
That's cool.
But sometimes those events turn into peace, and that makes the people that don't have those really good guilds and still aren't good at PvP yet can just do the events by themselves without worrying to be attacked. You know what I mean? So it's all those events change throughout the day, but the calendar lets you know. It will let you know if this event's going to be PvP open or not. So that is a cool aspect. So far, I mean, it's fun. I mean, like everything I've experienced is fun, but I'll get to the end game probably this week.
This game wasn't even on your radar, was it?
No, it was not. I didn't know it was on. I wasn't even tracking it really until I saw it on Steam for the early access, like a day before it actually released on early access.
Like I don't think we've ever talked about it beforehand. Like I don't think we've ever even mentioned it much.
Yeah, I don't think we have. Because we've talked a lot about like Chrono Odyssey, like MMO coming out. We've talked about New World with the revamp they're doing with that. That's coming out on console here on the 15th. What else have we talked about? We talked about some other MMOs coming out, but I think Chrono Odyssey was a big one.
What's that one? It's like the long name. It's like 6,000, like 1492. I don't know.
Expedition 33?
Yeah, whatever.
That's a turn-based RPG though. That's not a MMO. Yeah, this is
1492.
That's going to be. That's going to be a real good turn-based.
But what am I talking about? I don't know what I'm talking about.
You really don't. You really don't. That's why you need
to play.
That's why you need to play Throne and Liberty and get off UO and come to the modern era over here.
I don't know, man. I like being stuck in 1997.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah, Throne and Liberty. If you like MMOs, check it out. It's fun so far.
All right, dude. Well, that looks like we're about to wrap it up.
Wrap it up, buddy.
So, all right, guys. Well, we appreciate y'all. Go get us on YouTube. Go follow us on YouTube, DMG Gaming Podcast. We got 1,200 subscribers. We're growing.
Yeah, crazy.
We like that. We appreciate y'all. Go follow us on X, DMG Gaming Pod. That's where we're at there. We're on Instagram and TikTok at the same, but we don't really get on that yet. One day.
One day, maybe.
We're more focused on Twitter and YouTube. So, and this podcast is going to drop. The audio version will be dropping on Spotify and Apple or wherever you get your podcast from. So, yeah. Right? Yeah.
Yeah, buddy. That's
I just kind of ended it. It's like, yeah.
Okay. You passing over
here? Everybody was like, well, what? You know. So anyway, guys, we'll see y'all Friday. Is it Thursday or Friday? Yeah, Friday. I don't know.
Friday.
I know. I keep
Tuesdays and Fridays is when we have our live podcast. Currently.
Yes, I know. I feel like it's like the days go by so fast, man. So
I got a better idea. How about you end the podcast?
Hey, how about we just AI you next time and then? So, all right.